I love the couples that listen to this show together.
Yeah.
They were like, we listen together in the car and we stop it. Like they were like,
and they debate.
They all said the same thing. We stop it and I ask questions. I get to hear him, and it was a lot of the women be like, I get to ask things. You now have like the right to ask.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't feel like it's out of nowhere, but you can get a little deeper.
Right.
Without asking a weird question.
Totally. And
what do you think of cheating?
Right.
Hello and welcome back to the UUpPodcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am JareFreid. It is so good to be back here in studio with you, Jordana. How are you? What's going on? What's the haps?
I am good. Like any New Yorker with limited knowledge of anything sports related, this is my season to be excited about something I normally don't give a shit about.
Right. Big week for you.
Big week for
as
New
a
Yorkers.
New Yorker.
Yes.
Yeah, for all the New Yorkers, for all the Knicks fans, congratulations. Love it. I was watching with V in Denver.
Yeah, in Spanish, I heard.
Spanish. Yeah, they couldn't play the...
Not the same energy, yeah.
Yeah, right, because we live in this hellscape called 2026 where DirecTV is having an argument with ABC, and so the bar has to put it on in Spanish, and we're watching the post game.
That's
and
very funny.
We're getting we're trying to hear it over the dubbing. It's great. I'm a sports fan. I love storylines. I love I loved how the New York felt.
Were you here?
No, I was
came back
here. I was
the
back
day
and
after,
forth.
yeah. Well, it's funny. I had it's almost like I had my own personal identity crisis when everything was happening. Because
the Knicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because on the one hand, I'm like, this is kind of amazing. Like this city of very angry people, or everyone's feeling positive. There's
Right.
a camaraderie. There's an excitement. It feels like we're all on the same team for once.
A big town felt very small
Yes.
for a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yes, and this is me. This is if I felt this, then I can't imagine being a real fan, because you must feel it's weird. It's one of the only times it was okay for a grown man to cry.
Lot of men taping themselves,
which is
crying
so sad,
and putting it on social media. It felt like it was your favorite influencer was trying to grift you.
Which I think this is the male version of some sort of actual interpersonal thing that someone felt very strongly about. This is your royal wedding.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, I was like, this is amazing. And on the other hand, when they won, I was like, I felt okay, this is okay, then it's too much. Do you know what I mean? Then I'm
how so?
A little I don't know. It's just everyone pretending they're the biggest fan.
Oh, you can't get out of your cynicism.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm it's kind of giving me an identity crisis, but then I'm am I just a miserable bitch? This is exciting.
Right. 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 I'm with you. I made when I see the Knicks win, or when anything's happening, I'm like, what's the joke here? And I make fun of shit, and, but I can appreciate, if anyone's been listening to this show, I've been I love this team. I think they're a great group of guys, just generally.
People really seem to like them.
Brunson it's unlikable to not like Jalen Brunson.
Totally.
His story is so likable. This guy was a second-round pick. In basketball.
Underdog story.
He's really an underdog, as underdog as it gets in basketball specifically. It just doesn't happen this way with a guy like him. And Villanova, the college friends, he recruited his college buddies to come on the team.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I mean, Hart and Mikal Bridges, they're both Villanova guys. They won a championship at Villanova. When sports, for me, the everyday chubby, guy, unathletic guy who doesn't play, you want to see yourself through the team.
Right, you were saying this last time.
Right,
yeah.
We talked about this. So I think this team is a really fun team to cheer for. And there are teams that are not fun to cheer for. There's teams that I can't believe this is What
do you think of a grown man crying though about it?
I think it's okay. I think posting the video, it's kind of it's not where I would go with it, but I also haven't, I'm kind of I went to college away. I went to Penn State. I'm from Boston. Went to Penn State. So I've been gone since I've been 18. So I haven't had that hometown every day.
Right. If you never left the city you grew up in,
and then I moved to New York, which is a transplant town. So that's where I understand the cynicism because, any party, any excuse to
like
party.
Taylor Swift, you're not even from here. Relax.
Right. Well, to defend Taylor, I had that too. Taylor, her dancing in the front row. But then I was like, you know what?
That's what I'm saying. I go back and forth.
Well, let me kind of give feedback to the cynicism because I've had this conversation with myself. I was annoyed at Taylor Swift because I'm like, Mariska Hargitay goes to every game. Like there are people like
Ben Stiller, fucking Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet has like really like dove in a way.
You could tell this is like the only reason he really cares that he's famous.
It kind of feels that way.
So he could get this inside.
Right. He made the rounds for one of his movies and he went on like College Game Day, the college football show. He like knew everything. He must have like a photographic memory.
Probably.
But I to the Taylor one, I was like, oh, she's gonna sit in the front and dance around and distract from the game. But I think if anybody who's moved to New York in the last, I've been here I was here 18 years. We all have, you'll go to a Knicks game.
Right.
You go to MSG. You go and you leave MSG, whether a friend got tickets through work, and you go, wow, that was like fun. Like MSG is
I haven't always thought that.
You haven't always thought that? When you leave
I
there,
told you
like,
I went to Game 7 when they were in it like 2 years ago, and I was like, if I'm coming back, they better fucking win.
Well, I would say the argument I guess I'm making is you moved to New York after college. You're in the city confines, the boroughs.
Right. It's so easy to go to a game.
It's so easy to go game. Like, they're not traveling back to Long Island afterwards after a Game 7 loss. I'm saying, like, when you moved in, like, Taylor Swift, the song, Moving to New York.
Welcome to New York.
Welcome to New York. Like, that is the anthem of 22-year-old woman who's like, I saw it on Sex and the City. I got to move there. And then you have that moment where you go to a game. You're like, oh my God, I'm from 10 Things I Hate About You. Like,
right.
I'm living the movie life. So I do understand the connection people have to like MSG. And plus, the Knicks haven't been good.
Right.
So it's
that
easy
part
to get
was
a
exciting.
ticket.
Yeah.
So everyone has been given the cheap ticket.
Right. So they feel like part of it in some way.
Everyone has a memory. So now it kind of connects to like my, the moving here. So like, again, you could not be a Knicks fan and it's an easy bandwagon to jump on because it does in your personal life, if you've moved to New York in any capacity, does have a Knicks memory.
Right. And I felt, in some ways I felt like I wish that I could be someone who could like really,
right.
I wish I could be someone who was like dancing in the street when something good, when anything good happened. When I think maybe that's like my own, to bring it back to me.
You didn't have.
I know it's July 1st, and this has been, we're recording in advance. It's like the physical happiness.
Right.
I think has always been very hard for me to express. Like I wish I was someone who cried when my children were born or on my wedding day. I did not. I was like, I think I wish I was someone who could like get really. Wasn't like fucking Larry David. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
where like nothing is so special. And I maybe that's what bothers me about it. I'm like, I wish I could like be like this, and therefore I must hate on it.
And also therefore you can't believe when someone does get this taken away.
Right.
So it's hard to believe it. Yeah, and then you're seen as like a hater.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're like, I don't hate it.
It's tough out there.
I'm just reasonable about it.
Right.
Like I don't. No, it's that's funny because I did have moments of like the Taylor Swift thing. I was like annoyed, and then I kind of walked back from it, and then I don't know. It's very cool to see New York this way, and also there's a little bit of like
I like the interpersonal part of it. Like everyone's in a good mood. I like that. People are like smiling. They're happy. They're like, again, for a city that sort of like prides itself on its like harsh, intense like nastiness. I think it's nice to have something to be happy about.
It's both the if for the single people, people always we get a lot of questions like what's city's the best, what to date and be single in. It is both a reason to choose a big city like New York City because you see like look at the hugeness of it all and how much people got involved, but it's also somewhat of a sales job for the local, for a smaller city. But it is, all in all, if you're single, a city with a sports team, a professional sports team, like, I think that's like kind of like if you're looking to like have this vibe and like, a lot of sports teams get shit because they get like public money to make their stadiums. This would be the marketing campaign for why public money is used towards a stadium. They would go look at the money it brought into the town.
Totally.
And, but that's not every team. Like that also means the team needs to be run responsibly and like with winning in mind, because winning brings in money. Like these things are all, now I'm in 30 different directions, but I'm saying like, if you're looking for a city to move to, I would say sports team is kind of like an important single thing, because it gives you, like we talk about with college kids, like why would you be on a dating app when you have so much in common already via your college? How do you turn your city into a college campus? Well, are there sports teams? Are there reasons to go out?
It gave it a college feel.
Right.
Yes. Which I am pro that.
Absolutely.
It's a great weekend to be single in New York.
But I also think it's totally okay to be cynical and look at some of these people and go,
like me.
Listen, there's a couple people that I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they posted this. Back it up, dude. But I had a tweet where I was like, I got annoyed because I did a tweet where I made fun of like, we all know the person that was born in New York and says they are from the city.
Yeah.
But they were just born in a hospital in the city.
Like Lucy, my daughter.
Your daughter.
Was born in Lenox Hill, lives on Long Island.
If Lucy said, I'm from the city.
Do you think? Oh my God!
We've met those people.
No daughter of mine.
right.
Yes.
But we met, and I said congratulations to the person that says they're from the city, even though they were just born at a hospital, then moved to the suburbs 5 minutes later.
You do, right.
The
even if you spent your first year of life in this,
you're not a city kid.
Yeah, right.
V's a city kid and would hate that person. You've met that person, right, V?
Yes, I do not like them, but I understand.
Now, but there's people get so touchy because it's like, no, we all won. Like, I got so much like anger.
Right.
Because they're like, you're saying I can't be a fan. I'm like, well, that's not what I'm obviously talking about.
The Knicks are a New York team, right?
Of course. But I'm saying, I'm making fun of the guy that goes to Long Island and says I'm from the city.
Yeah,
and
that's weird.
Right. We know that person.
Yeah.
Like, but it is so funny how touchy around this stuff people get.
Yeah.
Like, it's personal, my dad cheered for the Knicks and I cheered for the Knicks, and it connects you to family, makes you call someone, V's calling her dad
you
from
think
the
of
bar.
The person
like
that would be very excited.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I guess it's like all things sort of led me into this spot. Like I don't come from a big sports family. Like I have brothers, they're into it, but we're not like diehard anything.
Right.
In fact, our mom's signature phrases are, it's not so special, it's not so terrible.
Right.
Everything is fine.
My dad, I grew up, my dad knows every player, every team, every game, watches every Red Sox game now. Like, I understand. And I've listened to fandom, and I listen to talk radio every day. So I love a storyline. I'm as up to it. I'm as up to date as a casual person could be. But I'm not diehard about any team. But that's the thing that I wish I could lose myself in. I'm with you.
Right? Anything. I wish I could lose myself in anything.
So it's the beginning of summer. July 1st, this comes out.
It is. Summer is in swing.
Summer. I'm coming to stay with you.
I am very excited.
Is the house ready for me?
It is.
It's going to be ready?
It's going to be ready. It's already ready. The pool is ready.
It better be ready. I love a pool.
We've been swimming.
Okay.
It's working.
Okay. I love it.
Ron
excited.
is ready for you.
Ron better be ready to jump in that pool.
I hope you're ready to be jumped on.
Can't wait. Listen.
No, talk about someone who lets himself go there.
Oh, good.
Ron.
I've been practicing with Emily. She jumps on me every day.
Great.
And so we're ready to go.
She also lick your whole face?
She licks everywhere.
Amazing.
No, she's the Ron of the bedroom. So, what do we got summer dating.
Yeah.
People are out there. July 4th, I think it's the best.
I'm excited to have you for one of the best weekends of the year.
I'm ready. And I got shows. I'm going to be in West Hampton. There's like a few tickets left. I'm going to be in I'm going to be back in Long Island at Huntington, and then I'm going to be Miami, Red Bank, New Jersey, Foxwoods, Portland, Maine. If you're out there, I'm doing shows.
And you're going to, I mean, this is now aired a while ago, but you're going to be on Watch What Happens Live tonight.
Right.
Or not tonight. But like you're taping
today.
it. I don't know when it's airing.
Yeah.
This is like the millennial girl's dream.
I can't
Like,
believe it's
that's
happening.
Like, this is like better than being a guest on like any of the late night shows if you're talking to like my demo.
I can't wait. There's going to be a lot of like, this is like the type of stuff, and not to be, again, to bring it back to cynicism, this is one of those moments where I find out who muted me on Instagram, because someone will be like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I've been
People came out
book.
of, we were on, I think when a couple times.
Yeah.
And people did come out of the woodwork being like,
right.
It's very legitimizing feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more legitimizing to be a guest. I've never gotten that far.
We pray
like
every
one
day.
of the people who gets to speak.
Yes, of course. I get to wave.
But the bartender thing is still like, it's just a cool, like that's my Knicks.
Yes.
I would, if someone was like, would you rather be a guest on Watch What Happens Live or have courtside tickets to like the Knicks championship game, it would be, I would rather be a guest.
No, I get it. This is I watched an episode last night. It was like celebrity. It was Emily Blunt, so it wasn't like it's funny how he's probably different with like an Emily Blunt versus like someone who he's watched get drunk on one of his shows.
For
like
sure.
a different type of question and answer. But
And he gets
I'm excited.
legit people. I mean, like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, especially like right now, like people are looking for ways to like put themselves out there. Like if someone's that audience is zoned in.
Oh yeah, I'm like paying attention.
Yeah.
Because basically the whole show is like just people talking shit.
Right.
And all the games are made so that people will talk shit.
I love it. I'm excited.
great.
What are we talking about today? And listen, join benefits.
Summer challenge. What a great night for the summer challenge.
Well, I just did the book tour. Thank you to anyone who came out to the book tour. We were talking about like, people are the singles are a little bit
unwell.
They're a little unwell. They're a little angry. They're a little upset. The summer challenge, going on a walk with friends. I really can't stop talking about this idea. Like I think like take one couple a week and go on a walk and enjoy yourself and have fun and let them know the real you and be seen in your best light. Someone got proposed to.
Where?
I
thought at your book tour.
No. This was after.
Interesting spot.
Yeah, it was weird at the dating event. They're like, will you take me? People are out there. Like I think like the apps, we're like, what do they say? Like with the internet, it's like phase 2. Like I feel like the apps were on like phase 2 of the app. So you had the opening, we got into them.
I feel like we're on phase 3.
Maybe
phase 1, it's like a little embarrassing to meet someone on the apps. Do you remember when they first came out? It was like you kind of like had to pretend you met like in person or something.
Right.
Phase 2, it's like, all right, we're all doing this.
We're in.
And like we're here and we're proud.
Right.
What's phase 3?
Anger. We are angry at the apps. We're angry that we've seen these games before.
Tired of it.
We're tired of the stuff. We're seeing repeats, I think. And I think we're seeing repeats of people. I think we're seeing repeats of maneuvers, the not making a date. You're like, at first you were like, well, I guess they don't know how to ask me on the date. Now you're like, I guess they don't want to ask me on a date.
Right.
And I can feel and I think sometimes it's just to delete the apps and let's take a break. And then you go, well, I'm not even trying. Well, it's like, well, no. There was a time, there's another piece of this dating pie. Call up a friend and go for a coffee walk. Just do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of burnout.
A lot of burnout. The events were both single people and people in relationships, and it was nice to feel like everyone there was on the same page. I feel like, and I told you this before, I think this show is doing the right thing. I think we're doing, weirdly enough, we're not trying to be heroes here, but we're doing it the right way. Like I just the type of conversations we were having about dating and calming people down a little bit and having fun with the subject, I think that's the only way to go. I think like telling people rules that they have to go by, there's people doing that and you're like,
rules.
No.
I mean, you can have your own guidelines, your own, because of you have your own rules. Because you know yourself.
Right. Some asshole's going to tell you to their rules.
Right.
When someone tells you their rules, those feel like judgments.
Yeah. And
You know?
because it worked for them.
Right. Or it didn't. They
Right.
can make money off you.
Yeah, I agree.
What are
I
we
will
talking
read our
about?
first
Yeah,
email.
Let's do the
All right,
emails.
Let's do it. Hi, J&J, longtime listener here from the Bay Area.
Love it.
Odds are good. Goods are odd.
Yes.
I just moved in with my boyfriend of almost 4 years, and it's going great. We'll see about that.
It's going so great that I'm writing to you guys.
Yes. One thing that I've learned, which was somewhat unexpected, is that he likes to be naked basically 24/7, like genuinely sun up to sundown. I'm in therapist grad school. Is that what they call it?
That does sound like what
Clinical-
I would call
That's
it.
the clinical term.
Right. That's it, like what the boyfriend at home who's naked. You going to therapist grad
Yeah.
school today? Yeah. Also, when do you get to naked boyfriend in the curriculum?
Which lesson is that? Okay. So I'm in therapist grad school and work at a restaurant, so I'm out of the house most days, but he works in tech from home. He likes the naked life so much that he sometimes takes work meetings wearing just a shirt and no bottoms, Winnie the Pooh style, with the camera just chest up so nobody can tell he's not wearing pants.
How do you feel about that? That is one of those things. Do you remember that guy, Jeffrey Toobin, who was like masturbating on a Zoom, like during the
By
pandemic?
accident?
I don't know if it was by accident or
I remember
on
those
purpose.
kinds of stories.
Isn't that guy? Wasn't he caught? He was like this like political guy that suddenly he's masturbating on a Zoom and then he disappeared off the face of the earth. I remember that story just because I was like,
He's waiting to come back for everyone to forget, but
right.
sorry.
No.
Forget.
We
People
have
don't
not
forget.
forgotten. But that like ruined me for Zoom because I was just like, is this
Paranoid?
camera
Yeah.
on? Is it off? And I'm not even masturbating. I was just like walking around my house, like I'd be like later in the day naked in my home.
Yeah,
I'd be
no,
like,
I was.
Can
There
the
was the
computer see
thing-
me from upstairs?
People would get like the camera covers just in
Right.
case there was like something. I don't know. Yeah, I will. I mean, I will confess that I do occasionally wear my pajama pants on a Zoom or a recording. I'm not always. I change the shirt. Sometimes I don't change the pants until like.
Yeah, but if you fuck
Work
up,
appropriate
you
pants.
see your pajama pants, we go, oh my God, you got kittens on your
Right.
pajama pants.
No
Like,
pants is crazy.
You're playing with fire.
Sometimes,
Why?
yeah. Especially if you have to get up and close the door. You have to get up for some reason.
Don't you have
Yeah.
anxiety at all?
That's weird.
Like I would be so anxious about it. I would be so anxious that if I wore no pants on a Zoom, I would just assume the Zoom could see that I was wearing no pants. Like
Right.
even without the camera being on me, I don't
And
like.
he's doing no pants, no underwear.
I guess not. This guy's a naked dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Right,
No
and
pants, no underwear.
And like, what
Your
if someone?
penis is just like out on your seat.
Yeah, penis out on the seat is fine, I guess. I kind of have you ever like I'll sit in a shower sometimes when there's like a seat in the shower. and
Mike's a big guys love sitting in the shower.
it feels like
the only place where you can be alone.
right. If I can sit in the shower, I'll sit, and then you have this moment where you're like, my balls are on the seat. Is this not hygienic?
Right.
And then you're like, well, my elbow touches the chair. What's the difference between my balls and my elbow?
Right.
That's like the math I start doing every time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I so precious with my balls?
I've had that same thought when I like sit on the seat.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you go, whoa.
I think it's.
I don't
I'm in
care
the-
about my any other part of my body.
Well, do you clean the shower on occasion?
I'm hoping. Well, I'm on hotels is usually where this happens.
Then yeah, I think that's fine.
I mean, who knows? I'm gonna be okay.
I think
I'm
about that
okay
when I
with
take a
it.
bath. I'm like, is this weird?
Right. The bath thing. I don't take as many baths, but when I do, I kind of like. I'm gonna take a shower after anyways.
Yeah, I take a shower after.
And then I guess I'm showering after I sit in the chair in the shower. But
That's also true.
Right.
Right. You're about to take a shower.
right. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Every time my balls touch something, I do have the math of like, I don't care about other parts of my body.
It's not
Why
to
do
me
I-
about it touching it.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's not like, oh no, don't get your penis on the chair. It's more just like
Don't get your penis out. That sounds like what
just
you would yell at your
wouldn't-
kid.
just
Get your penis off the chair.
get your
Hey!
balls off the chair. No, but there's
Stop touching the chair with your penis. We got guests coming over.
yeah. No, to me, it's more like it could just be so easy for someone for you to accidentally like make the wrong move and someone on the Zoom could see your penis.
This is, I mean, to bring
And then
it
you're
all
like,
back,
life is over.
That is,
You know what I
that
mean?
to
Like
me,
the worst
well,
to me, like the benefit reward, cost benefit analysis here is like, okay, you like it, but like if someone from work saw your penis,
You're done.
Yeah.
Well, even agreed. And here's where my brain goes, oh, I'm in casual conversation with someone at work. And they're like, how about that Zoom the other day? And you're like, oh, it was so horrible. Everyone kept talking and talking. And I'm sitting there pantless. And, I just want to go put on my pants. And someone's like, what? And you're like, oh, I don't wear pants during the Zoom. And then that person feels uncomfortable, goes to HR, and is like, hey, I had a weird conversation with Frank.
Right.
He's naked during these Zoom meetings? And they're like, what? And then they go to Frank and they're like, we heard a rumor.
I like that his name is Frank. Very on the nose.
Frank. We heard a rumor that you're Franken beans are just sprawled out.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and then they're like, well, we got to have, now you're in training. Now you're in,
That's what I'm saying. The risk,
slippery slope.
The risk situation here is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, this guy takes work meetings with just a shirt, no bottoms, with the camera just chest up so nobody can tell he's not wearing pants.
I wish I had this guy's level of no anxiety. Is really
not
what
giving a fuck.
Right,
yeah.
right. Like to me, this is like he doesn't do rabbit hole shit.
I don't wish I had that. You need some level of anxiety to be a functioning human in this world.
Well, for us to function alongside you.
Yes.
Right. He can function alongside us.
Right. But I wouldn't want to be that clueless as of my surroundings. I obviously knew he liked being naked a lot before I moved in, but did not know this to this extent since I wasn't there 24/7. One thing I've noticed that this is also the first time he's ever had a roommate. I've lived in communal housing with roommates for at least a decade, so I think that might be part of this. I want him to wear pants because 1, I don't want your balls dragging over all our furniture, and 2, seeing your flaccid dick 24/7 does not promote eroticism in the relationship, in my view. So I think he is wearing no underwear on these Zoom meetings.
Yeah, the flaccid penis, not a great look.
Yeah.
Even my own, I go,
mean,
ooh,
again, it's fine if it's not like no one can ever see the penis flaccid, but I don't think it should be just
no. Sometimes
around.
a flaccid penis looks like it just woke up from a nap. Like it's like
sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's where am I?
We've talked about it, and he's somewhat resistant to pants wearing. So I said I just want him to wear pants at least 50% of the time. LOL. He's definitely wearing pants more now, but am I being unreasonable to ask for such garments to be worn? Am I, as he jokingly said, imposing colonialist modesty standards on him? Thanks for the laughs. Clothed girlfriend of naked boyfriend.
What a fun joke.
LOL.
Imposing, and I know he's joking, but that joke, I'd be like, we're one step away from honesty there. Imposed colonial.
You think she's
modesty.
such a prude, right?
The minute you get into colonial, that becomes a morality. I get the
I hate
joke.
when someone makes it seem like she's
the crazy one.
Square.
I guess you're gonna do that whole clothes thing like those big Republicans in the South have to do.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you're doing.
What if they get married and have kids? He's not gonna walk around with. I guess some people are in
family.
Some people are in a naked house.
My dad walked around naked a lot. My mom not as much.
Also, he has sons.
Right.
I think
I think sons might change things.
I think if he had 2 teenage daughters, that would be weird.
Did anyone walk around your house naked?
We weren't really a naked house. No.
I would think with that many kids and also the genders.
No.
Yeah, I think the genders matter here, right?
I think the genders matter. I think it's weird I don't know. Maybe I'm the prude, but I think it'd be weird for a man to walk around his house naked with daughters.
I think I would
that's
I would feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable with that.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
V, did your dad ever walk around naked? No.
Yeah.
My dad would, but it was all boys. When you have all boys, I think it turns into a locker room.
Right.
And my mom is like...
Did your mom walk around naked?
No.
But I'm saying,
crazy.
would that not have been weirder?
That would have been totally weird.
Right.
Yeah. So, yes, let me just say, that would have been weird.
I'm saying that's the equivalent of I think... in that way.
I
Except didn't she accidentally send you a nude or something?
Yes, that we talked about that here. The accidental nude she sent me.
Benefit.
Did I talk about that on Benefits?
I don't remember, but that was a good
I tried
story.
doing it on stage and it got so weird.
What did she write? So don't look at that.
She goes,
delete.
"Don't look at that. Take it down." And then I go, and then literally I go to a text she sent me, and she meant that she's put it on. I can't remember it completely, but it was she posted something on Facebook. No, she texted me a picture that she thought she put on Facebook, and it was her reflection, and she was basically naked. And I'm like, don't look at that. And I'm like zooming in, and I'm like, like, and it's like I tried to do it on stage. It's like, this is like why being a millennial sucks. It's like we're constantly in the middle of like the analog to. There's no other generation that's gonna have to train their parents
deal with
like
both.
we did,
Yes.
right? That like could run into this mistake.
Are you, if you're in a locker room,
Yeah,
are you
am
naked?
I looking?
Are you naked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a naked locker room guy.
Naked in the locker room.
Yeah, I'm okay with being naked. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
As insecure as I am about my body in one way or another, I'm not insecure about the nakedness thing. You know, I go into a group shower, that's fine. I really don't care.
That's fine.
For this woman that's writing in, I don't think she's being unreasonable at all. Like,
I agree. This guy's got a roommate now.
yeah, you got a roommate and they want to feel comfortable. Also, I love the angle of like, I don't think rubbing your balls everywhere is a good angle to go with.
I agree. I think there's arguments to be made that that's just like any other body part.
Totally.
Although that is very, in Sex and the City, there's an episode where Charlotte and Harry move in together and she doesn't want his balls on all of the furniture.
Right.
And so she asks him to put on pants.
Right. The balls on the furniture. It's
That doesn't bother me,
It doesn't.
yes.
Like, I would be able to go, you're being crazy.
Yeah. I think it makes it a little less like special sexually
Totally.
if someone is naked all the time.
Right.
Personally, maybe that's just, again, my
I think this
own-
guy's got to find some like home pants that he like. Listen, I wear mesh shorts when I go to bed. I wear mesh shorts. I forget where they were from, but I got like 3 pairs of them. I wear them to bed with no underwear. Like, they're my comfortable bed shorts.
Right.
That I can't, like, sometimes I can't sleep naked. I don't like the feeling of,
I don't like sleeping naked.
right?
Yeah.
I don't like the.
I like to be like, you know,
I like to
know
be
where
like
everything is. Yeah.
cinched up, right?
Yeah.
Like with women with boobs, sometimes they're like, I woke up, my boobs on my
Yeah, I
shoulder.
wanna know- I want them to
my
know where
balls
everyone is.
right
Yeah.
where my balls should be. You
Right.
know, like and the shorts kind of help that.
I agree.
I've been with women where I've slept with them and they're like, shorts on, but I'm naked, and they take it like personally,
Right.
and that gets annoying.
Yeah.
I think.
They could put on something if they want.
Or you can be naked and I can be in these shorts.
I'm saying if they want to, yeah.
Right. But
No.
for this, I don't think she's being unreasonable. I think it's a little bit like
I would go the sex angle. I think that helps.
yeah, the hey, it's just I'm a little turned off. I looking at your penis all day long.
It makes me not as excited to see your penis when I need to use it.
Right. Right. When I'm looking to get some pee. I think also like
I think if she's at school and she works, if you want to be naked when I'm not home,
right.
that's fine. When I'm home, put on some pants.
Right. Let's and
maybe don't do that at work just for your career.
I think for her also, let's shop for some pants that are like loose and make you feel naked-ish. You know,
Yeah.
maybe he has some sort of baggy, you know, balloon pants. You know, like they have like windbreaker pants. There's got to
the
be
mesh-
like a
the mesh pant thing.
mesh shorts are good.
MeUndies, great brand
Yeah.
for that.
All right, let's
comfy.
do an icky or picky.
All right.
J&J, love the pod. Thanks for all you do. I'm writing with an icky or picky. About a week ago, I, 29 female, matched with a guy on Hinge, 29 male. We moved to text. He made 2 date plans and canceled both. One for, quote, tummy trouble, and one because he wanted OT at work. I would say if I received a text that says, I have tummy trouble,
I'm out.
I think I'm out.
I agree.
Sorry, tummy trouble. I got to cancel tonight.
All you have to say is I'm not feeling great.
Right.
You don't have to describe the ailment.
Right.
You don't have to get into details.
You owe each other nothing.
Yes.
On top of these failed plans, I picked up on a few potential icks, and I'm curious, is it icky or picky? 1, he asked for my Instagram and sent me a Snapchat request. Aren't we too old for Snap? Do we want to go one by one?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of he asked for my Instagram before meeting and then
Icky.
icky?
Snapchat? How old are we? 20?
Well,
he's 29.
My feedback to all the women who ever say, how old are we? You have missed the point.
I don't know. I think that that's what I'm saying. I think it
but-
means you're just trying to hook up. But if you're like in college and you did that, and I was also looking for that, it would be fine.
But I'm saying that doesn't even help your issue.
Okay.
Like how old are we? Every time I hear how old are we, I'm like, doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? Like
I don't know. Twin size bed. How old are we? Matters?
well, yeah, that's one of those.
Right.
But I'm saying for like Snapchat, how old are we? you're missing why he's doing this.
Right.
Like your energy is being misplaced. Like
Okay.
men are going to do childish things at all ages. Like I hate, it's my least, it's my, like, it's the part of this podcast that surprises me the most is that women are like, oh my God, he's 50. Can you believe he's still doing this? Yes. I can believe any age is doing all of these things to have sex with you. So I think it's like, actually, like, you're like, I'm like, you're smarter than this.
I think it's more like I thought by this time men wouldn't be doing this anymore.
No. Then stop thinking that. You know, like I get like, because I'm like, you know, anytime the age comes into play, 35 and still looking to hook up, yes. Like I think you're being, the boxes that you put yourself in are not the boxes these men put themselves in.
Maybe they should put themselves in more boxes.
Well, we're not going to fix that.
Put yourself in more boxes.
Well, it's not going to happen. Sorry. It's raining out. Here's your umbrella. You know, like, I just think, like, the Snapchat at our age, stop being so stupid, is, like, my feedback. Like,
okay.
You know better. What do you, can you believe at 29, he's still trying to send me messages over an app that deletes them after we're done texting? And might be an easier way to say some weird shit that could get himself blown? I'm not surprised. So, all right. 2, he asked if I own my home. When did this become socially acceptable? This, I can admit, is probably picky. But do you want my whole financial portfolio while we're at it?
This is picky. I think that could come up naturally.
It could come up.
Do you rent or own? I don't
Right.
think that's like a crazy invasive question.
We don't know how it came up.
Right.
But it could come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I wouldn't be offended if someone asked me that.
Hey, do you own your place? That's pretty. It could come up. It could also be weird that it came up.
Right. It depends, but it's completely could come up naturally.
Totally. 3, I found less than flattering posts on social media. This is what really tipped to icky for me. See attached.
Okay, so he reposted something on Facebook. I didn't even know how you repost on Facebook.
I guess you can share on Facebook.
Something, yeah. And it says just a matter of time, and then it's a meme that says feminists when World War III draft starts, and it's a woman cooking in the kitchen.
Basically that all these women will want to be living in the 90s. Won't
50s.
be as
right. Won't be as into being equals when there's a draft.
When there's a draft.
Okay.
Evidence 2, comment on an IG post about a man texting a woman after a first date saying, I didn't like that men were looking at approaching you. You should dress differently, wear less makeup. And then he wrote, nothing wrong with having some self-respect. If guys were coming up hitting on you, I'd be pissed too. Okay.
Yikes. That would be enough
tough
for me to
look.
cancel the date. Both of these.
I guess
I think both of these would be enough.
Yeah.
That's icky.
I mean, what's the second one? A comment on an IG post. A man texting a woman after a first date saying, I didn't like that you were looking at...
that men were looking at and approaching you. You should dress differently and wear less makeup.
If guys... Oh, and then he's agreeing with that.
Yeah, basically saying nothing wrong with having self-respect. If guys are coming up hitting on you, I'd be pissed too.
Yeah, that's
This
crazy.
guy stinks.
Yeah, no good.
So yeah, I think that one is the worst offense, of course.
Right.
The Instagram, Snapchat, I think icky, and the house thing. Do you own your house? Fine.
I find more.
But
I
then
guess
she says when we tried to schedule the third date, I
Right.
politely declined, which he was not impressed with. Also attached. Love your take, being icky or picky, and I made the right call, or am I being picky? I think she knows that this is icky.
Right. I mean, we'll read the text. These are the final texts, and then it sounds like she informed him that she saw these things on social media, right?
Did she say that?
Well, because he's like, any interest in seeing me, or are you done with me now?
Okay.
Laughing face emoji. So if this is the case, the way I read it was he was like she basically was like, is this you? Is this
Right.
how you feel? And then he was like, any interest in seeing me, or are you done with me now? Laughing face emoji.
Haha, not done with you as a person, but I don't think I'm feeling enough of a connection to keep pursuing things. That sounds like yes, done with you.
Right.
Thanks for the chats though, and hope everything goes well.
Well, to be fair, we haven't really had an opportunity to form a connection, LOL. Your communication is slow as fuck, so it's hard to get to know one another over text, and then life just happened outside of that for dates.
Fair enough. Sounds like it's not really working on your side either, so probably the right call for both of us.
So in your mind, the answer is give up, not communicate more / better. Laughing face emoji. This is brutal.
This guy sucks.
We only get to deal with one side of this.
I mean, come on.
No. This
is disrespectful to someone and trying to end things with you nicely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally on her side for that. I think the fact that we got to that point, like the fact that she's asking, is this icky or picky? After all of this,
of course it's icky.
Of course it's icky. He's being an ick. You're okay. Let me make sure I say,
ick, yeah.
But if this show was this guy can go fuck himself, we wouldn't have much to talk about on this show. So like I can stop and go, he sucks, and we can move on. I would say but we can't speak. Like if he wrote into us and sent this, we could have a long conversation about how much he sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think when I see this email of icky or picky, it's total. I can't see let me speak for myself. There's never been a reason I needed an Instagram to go forward on a first date.
Right.
Anyone who defends sharing social media before a first date, I think is fraudulent. I think they're a bad actor argument. That's my opinion. Anytime the feedback is like, well, I want to make sure they're the person they are, then you're not excited enough to go on the date.
Right.
These apps were made to feed you. I wouldn't go on a date with someone from an app, and I'm saying this after the fact because I've done it. I wouldn't go on a date with someone I wasn't excited to go out on a date with. It should be special to go on a date with you. And this whole icky or picky, like we are so far down the line of where she could be turned off. Like she's questioning herself so much. It's okay. And I something that came out of the book tour, we were talking a lot about like going on dates with people you weren't excited about. So many people related to that because we don't have the confidence to just go, I'm not in. Like,
well, there's always,
there.
I think, a thought in the back of your mind of like, well, what if?
Right.
It could be. Right. And I think that's how strong the drive to connect is.
Right. I get it. And I guess
where you're like,
it's like a casino. It's the same. Again, they say these apps are like slot machines.
Right.
It's the same feeling you have in a casino. Well, if I play one more hand and I get to, I make a comeback here, it's like, I'll make back my money. It's a casino. There's a name for this. There's an actual name for
loss.
Loss. Yeah. There's an economic principle here, but like
sunk cost.
Sunk cost theory.
Fallacy. Yeah.
Sunk cost theory, fallacy, whatever. But I think that's where we're at with a lot of these dates, and that's why there's so much fatigue.
Right. And I mean, the truth is you need something in the middle. You can't be so cynical that any little thing that someone asks you if you rent or you own makes you cancel the date. But also, like, you don't have to be so naive that, like, to think that, like, someone who's displaying these strong signs of not being the person for you, you don't need to, like, ignore that.
Right. I think it's
hard. It's
very hard. I think the moment you're Googling them to see their social media activity, you don't really want to go on that date. You're trying to convince yourself into it.
Right.
Like you were hoping or trying to find something to convince yourself out of it, which she found. But, like, I think, like, it's like, hey, anytime I do a bad thing, it's because I drank alcohol. Like, we can work it back to, like, the first drink probably isn't for you. The first cancellation, they're probably not for you. I know, again, like, we're chasing after connection.
Yeah. And did it tummy troubles.
Right. And it's easy for us looking back at all of this. But, like, and then you get to the end and it's like this text conversation is just a disaster.
Ugh.
I feel for this person, but I think it's like, this is kind of like the...
I mean, they're showing her the sign. I actually don't feel for this person. They didn't even go out, did they?
The girl?
Yeah.
No, they didn't even go out. But
Yeah.
I mean, I feel for them to have to see that these people are out there.
Right. No, I think it's good because this is like, do you know what I mean? It's tough because, like, again, what we like to do on this show is make people a better consumer of, like, other people that they're meeting and to read these signs. If this is like, to me, if we were teaching a class, this would be like inch 101.
Right.
Asks for your Instagram or Snapchat. okay, like now I know what to do. If we were teaching a class, it would be like, okay, this is a sign of just looking to hook up.
Right. And the problem with dating and social media and like now with so many dating accounts, there's this like, you never know. Well, my boyfriend asked for my Instagram, and I'm like, chances are slim. Like I'm telling you, for me, I've never needed that. Yeah. Like to go on, again, a first date.
I agree.
These things can happen later, but like,
trust your instinct here.
UUP@betches.com if you have an email for the show. UUP@betches.com. We love these emails. I love the screenshots. We love seeing as you said, the raw data.
Yes,
you know?
Love it.
Let's do another one.
Okay. Hi, J&J. Need your advice. I'm a 5'10" and 165 pounds for reference.
Thank you.
I've been happily married for 4 years and have been with my now wife for 11 years. Recently, I got a message out of the blue from my college ex that I haven't spoken to in over 12 years. She said that she was doing some introspection and wanted to apologize for how she handled the breakup. While neither of us handled the breakup great, we were also 22 years old and the relationship had run its course. I told my wife about it and she asked what I was going to do.
So what are you going to do with that? It feels like a big test.
Yeah, that does feel like a test. I feel like my ex was reaching out more for her. How do I respond to the message, not to open the door to a conversation, but also acknowledge that I appreciate the apology, even though it doesn't really feel like it was necessary or needed? Sincerely, happily married, Mel Betch.
How do you feel about this? I think this is a great one for anyone listening with their partner right now.
Yeah. Well, what would be acceptable here?
Right, because I read this one to Emily.
What was her take?
She goes, I think he can just not answer.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay. And then I was like, would you be...
You would suggest he not answer.
That's what she would suggest.
Okay. She would suggest... I'm saying she would suggest.
I'm trying to think of like what I would do.
I would answer.
Yeah. And I said to Emily, and I'll say this to you, I kind of had this feeling of like, if I was happy, I'd let them know exactly what this text meant to me.
What would you say?
Well, if it was someone that handled a breakup badly and I had thought about it 12 years ago, I would go, hey, it did kind of cross my mind every now and again that breakup went in a direction I didn't see coming, and I really appreciate the apology because I've beaten myself up a little bit about it, and I've kind of had a little bit of anger towards you, but now this really like makes me feel better. Like I would give that, or I got to be honest with you, I haven't thought about that at all. And I just want to let you know that was never something I held against you. And you're letting them off the hook. And I wish you the best. Hope all is well.
Hope all is well
is the period on that.
If you ever receive a hope all is well when reaching out to an ex, that means cordial, not interested in talking, in continuing the conversation.
Right.
I agree with ending with the hope all is well. I agree with if you were bothered by the breakup text. The only edit I would have is for the one where you don't care. Mm-hmm. And I think to say like, I haven't thought, it's nothing worse to me than getting an I haven't thought about it at all. Because to me, that makes me feel pathetic for still thinking about it. Right. Like, oh, this person doesn't give a shit.
But like, that's not his responsibility. But, yeah, 12 years later.
And like she said, it's more for her than for him.
Yeah.
I would just leave that out just because it makes her feel like a loser. Like if I took a chance and reached out to someone and they were like, don't even remember that or something, I think I would feel almost worse.
I wouldn't even mean it that way.
That's how it would feel.
Right, that's interesting.
And he says that, like, I don't feel like it was necessary or needed. Someone's like, this was unnecessary and unneeded. I'm like, now I have to think about the fact that I sent this to you for the next 12 years.
Right. My thing would be that I'm sorry you felt this has been on your mind.
Don't say that either.
Well, I would be like,
I'm sorry you feel that way.
But it really wouldn't be meant to make them feel bad.
Right.
It would.
I know, but to me, there's nothing worse than someone not even caring.
Right. Well,
like she was like, she's been thinking about this for 12 years, and you're like, what happened?
Well, then I thought maybe they're an AA. And,
that was thinking that too.
You know,
I think that's one thing too, is like to open the flirty door, which is why I think Emily was probably like, don't even answer.
Right.
I think a nice message. If it was me, I would send back a something similar to your first or second, or a combination of like, really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well.
Hope all is well.
Hope all is well.
Again, because it is as they wrote, for them, not for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they could just, basically all she's looking for is for them to tell her that they don't hate her.
Right. Right. That's fair.
Unless she's secretly trying to get back with him. That's option 2. But like that doesn't matter what she's
right. Which would take, like, I think also from his perspective, like that would take 17 more texts. At a certain point, it's your fault.
Right.
You
I'm
know,
saying
like,
all you have to do is the all is well, and then you don't have to answer anything after that.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. It is funny. I went on Taylor Strecker's podcast.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're talking about dating because we're talking about the book, and she was bringing up like men from college that she dated.
I would do that.
Right. And I was like, this is so beyond like the scope of like what I'm looking back at.
That's more painful than you hating someone from college, I think, actually. Like the idea that someone that I felt strongly about in college just like does not even like remember
I'm
or give a fuck. I don't know. It's still like we have maybe.
But my memory of it would be like, I'm happy I had the experience. I hope we are both the people we are today.
I want you to rue the day that you ended it with me. I want you to think about me all the time.
This is the scariest part about dating and staying single.
No, we never forget. No, I think that to me, like the saddest part of like, and again, I think I've said this about situationships in general, like the most hurtful part of a situation is that you care deeply about someone and they don't really give a fuck.
Right.
It's like worse than them hating you. That's why a situationship breakup is harder than a real breakup. At least in a real breakup, it's two people who like liked each other.
Right. I can't believe in the situationship scenario, the person doesn't have a moment where they go, maybe I didn't care about them as much as I thought I did.
I'm sure you did, but it's more like, you know, like they always say, the saying, like you never forget how someone makes you feel.
Right. Right. You weren't getting it back.
Right.
Let's play some games.
Let's do it.
UUP@betches.com. Red flag or deal breaker. We know the game. It's sweeping the country. You're dating someone, one thing happens. You have to decide whether it is a red flag, you keep dating them, or it's a deal breaker. You end it sight unseen. Unseen. We met the unseen woman.
You did.
She was at the DC show.
Oh, wow.
What a wonderful...
You met her sight unseen.
Right. That's right. She was wonderful. She was as pleasant as she was in her email. She was surprised
that we did the email.
Well, that I wasn't like offended. I was like, no, you wrote it in such a nice way.
Right.
It was like a perfect, because at that show, a woman yelled out. We did a dating app makeover, and a woman. We have it on video. You can go to my YouTube and check it out. You can see this woman sent in her profile, and we put it up on the big screen. And this woman in the crowd yelled out, "You spelled university wrong."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, we made fun of the university woman. We made fun of the woman I made fun of all the women. No, this makes me sound horrible.
Come to a show.
Yeah. No, I made fun of them both. Like her, like you're yelling out, who gives a shit? No guy is like, well, she spelled university wrong. I guess I can't fuck her. You know, like, and then I was like making fun of her. Like she went to some school. I was like, not a good ad for her college. But it was funny because at that show, then the actual grammarian, the woman who works in grammar studies, who sent that in, it came up and she was so nice and wonderful. So it was great to meet her. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
J&J, thanks for all the giggles during my commute and neighborhood walks. I'm a subscriber. Look forward to your episodes every week. I have a funny date story from a few years ago that feels perfect for the pod. I was hanging out with my friend and her new boyfriend, and I mentioned I was open to being this is it.
Summer challenge.
And I mentioned I was open to being set up. There it is. The boyfriend said he had an acquaintance who was looking to date seriously. He gave my number to this guy. Let's call him Mark. After some texting, we set up a date. I arrived a little early, and Mark called to let me know he was running late. This was the first time we'd actually spoken on the phone, and he dropped a few casual curse words, which threw me off. However,
I wonder how you even do that in a conversation about running late.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Jordana. God, this fucking traffic is crazy. I'm running a little late. I'm sorry. I'm such a fucking idiot. I'll be there in a little bit. I just sometimes this stupid fucking watch I have is a little bit slow.
And he's a contractor, so you gotta get the contractor accent.
Just tons of shit. Hey, Jordana. I'm running a little late. I got this fucking job I gotta deal with. This shit gets crazy. You get it.
I get it.
At Betches, you get it.
Gonna get shit-faced, though, when I see ya.
We'll throw one on. God damn it.
Okay.
I kept trying to think of other swear words. I only know shit and fuck.
Yeah, I don't
apparently.
know anyone else. What else?
So, all right, ready?
Yeah.
However, he's a contractor who works around guys all day, so I shrugged it off and assumed he was just out of practice with dating. Then the actual date happened. Uh-oh. Within the span of 2 drinks, Mark casually dropped the following phrases. You ready?
Okay.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
My clients are getting raped by insurance companies. 2, I'm a total whore for good reviews. Okay. How do you rate those 2 on the
second one,
first date horrified scale?
Second one, I don't know.
Second one is not. I
think it's fine.
That's kind of like a saying too.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
a whore. Not that I'm like going around saying I'm a whore. all the
Right.
day, but
yeah. The first one, not great, but I wouldn't take it that way, but I could see why
Right.
someone might.
sure. I mean, it's a harsh thing to hear.
Yeah.
Like I
would-
can understand. Like I'm like I would
It's
be.
a
I
little
can understand
vulgar.
me.
Yeah, I would say.
I could be put off by
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I would be like if I was on a date with a woman who speaks in those terms.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, we're kind of different.
There's a lot. Yeah.
So I was completely taken aback and mentally checked out right then and there. Towards the end of the date, the topic of pets came up. I mentioned that I wanted to get a kitten and train it to be an adventure kitty that goes camping and paddleboarding with me.
I can't tell if she's joking.
I know, I think that's a thing.
Oh, is it?
I think there's like a dream of like, if you're like an outdoors person, of like you and your cat.
Your cat can be paddleboarding?
I guess.
Feels like something from Meet the Parents.
Right. You and Jinxie,
Jinxie.
out in the big world. Mark looked at me and said, yeah, that makes you undesirable. I was shocked, but honestly, at that point, the stakes were 0. So I said, oh, okay, can I share some feedback with you? Here we go. He said, sure. I told him that using words like rape and whore on a first date are probably not a good idea. I educated him that rape is a violent crime and not a metaphor for insurance company hiking up their rates. He shrugged and said I was probably right, but didn't seem to fully care. Strangely, because the stakes were non-existent, our banter was actually pretty good, and we left on totally fine terms, but both knew there wouldn't be a second date. Let me just give some feedback. You didn't both know. This idea that, like, we both knew there was no
You think this guy
chance.
thought he was going to go?
He's like, I could still fuck her. I just wouldn't get in the business
Right, don't
of
speak for
speaking
someone else.
For someone
That's
else.
fair. That's fair, yeah.
I got, and I think that also kind of connects to the I educated him.
I educated him is an annoying term.
Again, we can only speak to the emailer. So, like, I'm not speaking to him. Like, we would have a different conversation.
I think,
for him.
again, she should talk in her terms. When you said that, it kind of put me off.
I'm turned off.
I don't like people using that term loosely.
And I don't see this going anywhere for us. But it was nice to meet you.
Right.
Like I just think we both understood. There's no we on a first date specifically.
Not a we yet.
We're not we. I don't know. I'm being. I don't mean to be harsh, but I'm like.
I didn't like that she said educated him.
Educated him. Like, and again, like, because the morality of this is like, I'm not against the person who's turned off by the languaging. I'm for that person
Right.
having an opinion on how their
I think
feelings
it's okay
are.
to be turned off. by
Totally
that, yeah.
okay. I just think like, if we're getting into like, how can we help our dating lives? Your dating life will be very much helped by speaking in high terms and not. You're never going to teach a guy on a date. It is just not going to
Right. I do.
happen.
Right. I like the fact that she said, I was just kind of like going to be honest and say, I don't like that you're
Totally.
saying that. I think that was fine. And then it sounds like the date went better after that.
Well, that's the lesson to be taken. Like this
Right.
whole like zero. When she
If you
writes
see
about,
something, say something.
right? Like the idea of like there's 0 stakes. There are 0 stakes on
All the time.
on all dates.
Right.
There's no stakes
Yeah,
with
on a
someone
first
you're meeting
date
on a first
especially,
date.
yes.
Right. So maybe like this is like if you're to take anything away from this guy that you're not a match with,
You don't have to agree with everyone on every date you're with.
right? And maybe you'll be a little more you and have a little bit more of a.
You should do that anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I think acting like there's 0 stakes is like the move.
He was being him. He said it makes that undesirable.
A few weeks later, I ran into my friend and her boyfriend and told them how the date went. The boyfriend apologized and said, yeah, I thought he might be a little too conservative for you. So, J&J, red flag or deal breaker, your date uses aggressive analogies to describe his contracting work, thinks paddleboarding kittens are turnoff. Sincerely, an undesirable wannabe adventure cat mom.
I wouldn't like someone that said something that I thought was fun was a turn off,
Totally.
made me undesirable. I think that would be the ultimate. That to me is worse than either of those phrases.
Right. To call someone undesirable.
Right. When you're on a date with.
Well, he's doing the thing we would say to him, like, who are you to say what is undesirable?
Undesirable maybe to you.
Right.
Turn off to you. You don't have to tell someone that.
Right. He's doing a we for the whole male community.
Right.
Like, that's
No one likes that.
Right.
You don't like that. That's okay.
Any form of we on a first date, you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, I find a woman with a cat who's their partner in crime on a camping date to be undesirable. You would never say that on a date, because here's the thing. I noticed this for my stand-up. You know, I've tried to eradicate the generalities.
Sure.
So when I speak on stage and it's always I. And it's been great for my stand-up because I do think it makes it more interesting. I do think I'm also taking more of a chance than the person that goes, men do this.
Sure.
When you say men, we find that undesirable, you're kind of like softening it. You know, you're not taking a stance.
Right. Well, that's what she should have said with the joke.
Right. I find that really unattractive.
Right. Yeah.
And again, we do this because
not even like you shouldn't do this or that's bad to say.
Right.
It shouldn't be done this way. I think it's like, I don't like when people speak like that.
It is way harder to do that because it is a longer road. Like, you have to own it. Totally.
Right.
And
but
that's
again,
the hard
no
part.
stakes first date.
Right. Why not?
Yeah.
Own your language. All right, let's do another one. Oh, also, deal breaker. This guy, you know,
Yeah.
to say we find it on the we of it is,
You are undesirable.
right. All right, let's
The
do
dome
another.
of the undateables. Okay. As you would say.
Yes.
All right. Dear J&J, all the feathers, longtime listener. To jump in, are men over the age of 40 on the apps a red flag? You're coming to the right place.
Uh-oh.
My reason, let's talk about we. We just had a whole discussion about this.
Listen,
you men.
You are the red flag.
Men over 40.
Let me answer this question.
For all men over 40.
Let me just answer this question. The writer is the red flag.
Yes.
Is the deal breaker.
There we go. All done. We
can
don't even need
it
to
without
answer.
Are all men over 40? This is, I mean, like, to me,
You and your kind.
right. So I just, to me, if
Is there a
someone asks
camaraderie?
there's a huge email after this. I'm holding this up on YouTube. I don't need to read it. You have a problem. You need to delete the apps. You're tired of them. You're exhausted. It's okay. Delete them.
Should we just not
Take
even
a minute.
read this?
We can read it. I mean, you can go over all the horrific things.
It's a long list.
They have first man, second man, final man. They have all these stories that they want to tell about these men acting horribly. Fine.
It doesn't have to do with them being over 40.
Right.
Well, I guess what she's asking, to go back to almost like the original thing, is it's like, are men over 40 who are never been married and single, do they often have a fundamental issue with, I mean, it's not even, she's talking about committing. Do they have issues? Are they freaks? Other than you.
Right. I can't. I think you're getting like maybe the men over 40 who are on apps are experiencing this exhaustion a different way and lashing out in a different way. But I think it's like, listen, if I said this about women, if a guy wrote in, are women over 40 undateable on the dating apps? We'd be like horrified.
Yeah, that's true.
We would go, you need to like take a break. You need to like go hang out with friends and family. See the thing that like fills you up socially. Like get that nourishment from friends and family. I do believe a hang with friends and family can be like eating a good meal. Like it's really like, and you find out why you're fun and why you have to have, and I listen, as a guy who was single very recently and was cynical and feeling down. Like I think hanging with friends and seeing, you kind of have to remind yourself what you are as a social person and what you're looking for and why you keep the friends you keep. I think like this email to me and none
of these guys actually seem that bad.
Okay, we can read it. We can read it, but I mean,
well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you feel like, as a man who was single over 40, do you feel like there are any similarities between you and your fellow 40 plus single men that like any commonalities?
Of course. Right? Yeah.
Like such as?
I think wanting to go on. I think the connection between, they all want to be in something, obviously, at some point.
Okay.
I think the way they want to get there is still in a I'm having fun way.
Right.
Which
not in
I
a,
think is the unrelatable
That's an interesting
part.
point.
Right.
Yes.
Because I think I just want to, like, you know, I don't want someone that takes themselves too seriously. It's like a very male thing to say. I don't want someone who takes themselves too seriously. And every woman would go, I don't take myself too seriously. Like, no one would even believe
Right.
that.
Well, we don't even know what that means.
Right. We don't. And again, I can speak to what that means. Is what they're saying is, I just want to go on a date where we have fun. Maybe something fun, like maybe something,
Right.
maybe a hookup happens. Maybe I meet the woman of my life. But they're open to all possibilities. It is not a waste of time to go on a date that everyone gets a little drunk and hooks up and kisses on a street corner, and it never turns into a second date to a man in his 40s.
And you can't say that to someone.
Right. And I think on the apps, what I see from a lot of women that write their profiles, I mean, I do dating app makeovers, is a lot of like, you know, they're speaking in like the relationship terms. I'm looking for someone who's serious and looking to travel, and it's just way lighter, which is annoying. I can understand how the feedback would be like, I'm looking for...
Well, this isn't a joke to me.
Right. This is not a joke to me. And it's like, it's not a joke to the men too. I think like the end goal of like, I want to be with someone who's my match that makes it feel special. Like, that's like the romantic part, but like the stuff to get there.
Well, that's the thing that men can do because they have unlimited amounts of time.
Right. They're not in a rush. They don't care. They don't think they have to do any self-improvement.
Right.
You know,
for
like,
women, it's like, no, like I've got like I need to get to this point. Like I'm not looking to fuck around.
Right.
I've got like, let's do this.
And also in terms of like not biological clock, if you're a 40-year-old woman who doesn't want a kid or has kids already, you're also like, I want to like trust the person that I'm out with. I want to feel good about a date I went on.
Yeah. I want to be respected.
Taken out, respected. Yeah. I think from the male end of things, they're in the driver's seat for all that. You know, we don't have to wait on feeling good from the woman making the plan and making all like I think like, and again, I'm not saying men shouldn't be doing those things, but I think like when that's in your hands and not, like I think in a lot of time in the women's hands, it's more of a reaction. They want proactive guy who wants to go out and has a good time and will go to a nice place and make a plan, and the guy just wants her to be there and be fun.
Well, that's how we'll be fun.
Right.
I was always
right. It's a chicken.
I was always more fun on those dates where we weren't walking around the city looking for a bar.
Totally. And I think maybe the male side would also say, well, if I do all these things, and again, like the worst version, if I do all these things, will I not get my money's worth? Like that's the worst version.
Right.
But if I do all these things, will I be taken advantage of? I don't know. I don't like those because I've never felt that way when I went on a date where I like made a plan and had a reservation.
Well, that's how women think about like sexual things. Like if I do all these things, am I going to be like taken advantage of? Am I going to be
both equally both equally insecure in themselves? Weirdly, like And again, for the female side of that, like it's more mean to say that maybe. Like
no, I think there's a truth in it. Like I think there's like a feeling of like I don't want to say I'm giving up something, but like I'm giving you a part of myself.
Right. But like
I want to be like that. I want that to be respected. I want that to be like held more sacred.
Right. And if you think of like, I guess the man with his money for the date is like in a way giving up
hours he could be working.
Or like, right. Or, this is uncomfortable to say because like
resources,
they're maybe thinking of that in the same way as as a woman's thinking of their body, which is like kind of gross in a way, but also like if we're really getting deep here,
I get it. I think I could see a man thinking that way without feeling like that he's so insecure. I could see a man thinking like this is like an expense. It's like not everyone has like a ton of money. It's my time. I'm whining and dining you. There is a feeling of like, I don't want to do that for someone who's like, I think that men's big fear, they just want a free drink. They just want a free, It's like, I don't think any woman is actually doing that.
I don't think so.
But like,
either.
I think there's a fear, especially if you have limited resources of like, I'm giving up a part of my self, my money,
There was a woman, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Don't go for
But
it.
there was a woman at one of the dating book talks, and she made a comment like, I'm going on 5 dates a week, and I got to get a free meal. I'm paying less for groceries. And like the joke, I get it, but I guess if any of the guys went on the date with her, it would be like,
right.
maybe not as funny to him.
Yeah, I don't
like
think you would think
in the
that
same
was
way
quite
where,
as funny.
where,
Right.
like in the same way where if a guy was like, yeah, 5 days a week, like the hookups are good.
Right.
Like you go, like
Right. It
there's a
wouldn't
similar-
feel quite as special. It wouldn't feel as like as good about it. I don't necessarily think it makes you feel insecure. I don't think like you have to be insecure to feel that way about like sex or spending money on a date.
Right. But I think the higher the rate, the more insecure.
Right.
Like if it's okay to have it on your mind. I think if it
Right.
consumes you,
Yes.
then that's your insecurity showing. Like
Right. And I think that on both ends, there's like a level of respecting that from the other person. Like I wouldn't go on like 8 dates with a guy I didn't really feel that interested in because I would feel bad having someone spend that much money
Right.
on me when I wasn't really interested and like sexually not that interested. Just like I think a woman would feel bad if she was like sleeping with someone and he didn't have care for her or
Right.
didn't feel like he was like didn't share that he wasn't looking for anything in that space.
Are men over 40 a red flag on a dating app? I think anyone on a dating app is going to have their own red flags.
Yeah, and a lot of these didn't seem.
What were they?
Let's go by one by one. Really
Let's do
quick.
one by
Okay.
one.
All right. First man asked me to go to a free concert at a park, which I thought could be a good idea because I could head out kind of whenever.
Okay, I would say like to give her feedback, again, we can only speak to the emailer. If you're going on a date because there's an escape route, you're not that excited to go on the date. I think you shouldn't go on the date.
Right. I
That'd
could
be-
leave whenever I want.
Right. Like, oh, great, I can get out. That's probably not a good start.
He shows up with a full head of gray hair when he was a brunette and probably 6 to 8 years younger on every app pic. So I immediately felt catfished, especially because I don't have a real problem with gray hair and probably would have matched with him anyway.
Well, again, when men write in about the pictures being old, I always go, okay. Like I kind of like think that's a miserable man.
Right.
Like when someone's like the pictures were out of date, I'm like, were they the same general
Is it the same
shape?
person? Yeah.
Right.
The gray hair wouldn't really bother me.
Right,
I
but
don't
I'm saying
think.
like to this person, like obviously there's an insecurity. Like when I hear from a man, I'm just saying like to flip it. When I hear that, and her, I would go, dude, fuck off. Like that, and so I would say the same thing to her.
Okay. What's worse is he showed up with a hammock. Like I'm going to lay in a hammock with someone that I've never met before.
I agree with the hammock is funny as like a stand-up bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him a horrible person.
It doesn't. I agree. I would feel weird about it.
Right.
I wouldn't want to sit on a hammock with a stranger either.
Bringing a hammock anywhere. Yeah, hammock with a stranger is hilarious.
Yeah. You have to like tie it up to some trees.
Right.
And
This is great brunch fodder.
yeah.
To then
he gave
relate
you a
it to
story worth it.
all men are 40. No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
This could happen with
right.
any age, right? So I sat on a blanket that I brought while he looked down at me from his hammock that he was laying in the entire date. That's amazing.
I love it.
What's even worse than that was the conversation. He talked to me about grasshoppers and how they're hard to kill for 45 minutes because he had a grasshopper infestation in his backyard. Not kidding. He mentioned the words larva are easier to kill because they don't have a fully formed exoskeleton like the adults. Needless to say, when I was asked on a second date, I said that I thought our interests were too different to meet up again. I think the grasshopper thing is fine.
That's his interest. That's
Yeah,
fine. Like
I would talk about that. I mean, you're a homeowner. Yeah, this is like the shit that you deal with every day.
totally. Like, I mean, to me, this complaint, fun brunch fodder.
Yeah. The hammock thing is like worth it. Great story.
But is this a waste of a first date? No.
No.
You went to a concert. He made some moves that you wouldn't have, that turned you off. Done.
The hammock is great.
Hammock on a first date. I love that.
Yeah.
Second man.
Met up at a bar. Conversation was decently normal until he asked me how many dates I'd been on from the apps. I said I don't really know and wasn't really prioritizing dating until recently. Instead of taking that answer, he pushed me several more times to give him an estimate. So I said, I don't know, like 2 to 3. And he interrupts me and says, you've only been on 2 to 3 dates? Very judgmentally. Then I finished my sentence and said, a week. Then he was shocked by how many dates I was getting on the apps.
That many days. This is like eating dinner with my parents. Eat. You're going to eat?
What?
You're not going to stop eating?
Do men not realize that most women on the apps could probably go on a date for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It's just more of a question of whether we have interest in them. That's not why this guy was a deal breaker, though. He asked that question to share what his dating experience was, which was that he got out of a 4-year relationship 2 weeks ago, clearly ready to date seriously, and that his ex and him were still living together. His profile said he was looking for marriage. He told me they broke up because she wanted to be non-monogamous, which they tried for several years before he felt it made him too insecure and they needed to break up during their non-monogamous time. He did find another partner who claimed she was pregnant and then ghosted him, so he hired a private investigator to figure out if he was going to be a father or not. All mentioned on a first date without any awareness that talking about stalking women on a first date might not be the best subject.
I mean, you got to delete the apps.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just some gentle feedback. I get it. Stalking
This is another great story. This is
a great
someone
story.
I would be entertained by this date even if he wasn't for me.
But that's why she needs to delete the apps. Like, this is just like, these are first dates with people that you have very little relation to. That's what the apps are. You get more, but you're going to get kind of all over the board.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you are on the apps going out with people where you're convincing yourself to go out with them because there's good escape plans from the date. So, like, again, you wrote the email, so I'm making assumptions based on what she wrote.
Right.
When you go on a date because, there's a lot of exits from a free concert, I'm assuming you're not really...
Imagine going to any other event for that. I'm going to go to this concert
crazy.
Because...
You're going on dates you're not excited about.
This restaurant has 4 exits.
Right.
I can leave.
Right. So I can get... like, listen, I'm not saying that you want to be stuck on dates. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to... I think she's going on a lot of mediocre dates.
Well, she's had 2 to 3 dates a week.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You
You don't need to go on one date that you're excited about a week.
And these apps, we don't want more. We want quality. I would also love to see her profile. Do you have things in your profile that make you judge them for messaging you?
Send
your profile in. If a guy is liking your picture saying nothing else, I would go, low effort. Are you turned off by that? I'd be more turned off by that.
Yeah.
Than anything else.
You need
Are they
help.
responding to your prompts and saying, "Hey, I actually love outdoor concerts too. I like to bring my hammock." You know, do you have a prompt that gets them to say that? Then
Yeah.
Maybe you
need
again,
more pre-date banter.
Right. So what's the final
man
guy that didn't do anything wrong?
These are all great stories.
Yeah, these are great.
This date happened last night. He asked me to go on a walk and ice cream date.
Perfect.
We walk. Convo was fine. I had already decided there would not be a second date because there was no real attraction or chemistry. We finished the walk and get ice cream.
Story over. I already to me the story's over.
Are all men over 40?
Right. Again, to go back to her original premise of are all men over 40 red flags? I think you have this in your head.
Right.
You're not really, and again, this was a big topic of the book conversation. You are, I think, this is gonna. I don't know how bad this sounds, but I do think it's like when comedians, if I can relate it to my own career, when I hear a comedian say you can't say anything anymore, I know that's a comedian who doesn't want to work, who isn't getting on stage. They're just being lazy. So when a comedian says you can't say anything anymore, when anyone says you can't say anything anymore, it's lazy. To me, that's my immediate thought. When someone makes the men over 40 are undateable, it's a lazy take that you're allowed to have because you're punching up.
Right.
So I would say when it sucks to be, I don't disagree that you're punching up like you are. Men are in control. They're being annoying. I get it. But you gotta, I have to be smarter about what I say because I know I can really veer off and sound despicable and horrible. And I need to make sure what I say, I'm owning the words. She's not really being careful with her thoughts because she's allowed to be to me, we went on a date. We didn't match the ice cream date. He planned an ice cream date and you didn't match. No, all men over 40 are not a red flag.
I'd already decided there would not be a second date.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's hear what happened. Why he's a fucking loser.
We finished the walk and get ice cream. I got a cup. He got a cone.
Oh my God.
We sit down and I cannot emphasize enough how quickly this man was shoving the cone in his face. He's eating it like it's an eating competition. I was truly in shock. I'm trying to continue our conversation, but I'm getting no response because he's speed eating this ice cream cone. Then when there's half
was
of
it hot out? Was the cone melting?
Yeah, I mean,
when it's melting,
you kind of have to do that,
right? I look like I.
Otherwise, there's going to be ice cream all over your hands,
right? Did he look like he could go down on you based on how he did it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question.
That might be. a positive to someone.
Then when there's like half of this ice cream left, he gets up and throws it out and says he has a phobia of melted ice cream.
I kind of have the same phobia.
That
I
makes
hate
sense.
sticky hands. Yeah.
Not judging phobias, but maybe don't ask someone on an ice cream date then. I was kind of at a loss, so I said, should we just call it? And ended the date. Thanks for all you do. And off the apps trying IRL, betch. Where is she meeting these people?
She needs to go on walks with friends. I think because I just think she needs to go on walks with friends.
Summer challenge.
Summer challenge. She's got to kind of
This has nothing to do with men over 40.
No.
This doesn't even tangentially relate to being over 40.
Right. And this is the most, on the internet, we are the most empathetic that you're going to find. Like, I put up a video of a woman being like, hey, I went on a date with a guy. He wore like sports merch on every date. And we got into it. And we had like a fun conversation about it. The comments that came back like, oh, low effort and you don't even like him and who cares? And like the immediate response to that is always horrific.
Right.
And I'm saying we're doing this, we're having this out. We're being a hug and a whisper.
That's why this doesn't make good clips.
Right. Because we
more
could
to
have
it.
trashed these guys with you, or we could have told you how much of a heinous bitch you sound like.
Yeah.
We didn't do either. We're saying delete the apps.
Here's the thing.
Hug a friend.
You could also have fun with the ice cream thing.
The ice cream thing.
Like if you're on a fun date and that
Right.
happens,
I'll lick
I'd
it
be
off
like,
your hand. Right.
I'd be like, whoa, like you're getting in there or something.
Right.
Like it could be a fun back and forth about the thing, not like he ate this ice cream so incredibly fast it was disgusting.
Right.
Like that's not so. Like she sounds like she's bringing a bad vibe.
Yeah.
If it's hot, you need to eat the ice cream quickly, or it's going to be all over your hands. And then
Right.
you're the guy on the date with the ice cream fingers, sticky ice cream fingers.
If I could hear this story from a married couple, then you're being miserable. Like I could totally understand in the first date.
The hammock thing,
right?
Very funny,
right? Yes. In the first date, he ate his ice cream so fast. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And now they're married.
Yeah,
like that story could be what are we? How
our story
page. So let's do one more. My boyfriend and I, both 28, have been dating for 2 years and recently moved in together. He told me during a recent conversation that living together so far has felt like a vacation. Is this a red flag or deal breaker, or am I overthinking it? Well, I would not say it has been a vacation for myself. It's been both fun and challenging. We both do chores, and this is his first time fully living independently. Is this a sign that I am just not taken seriously? Am I a good time or a short-time girlfriend? Thanks for everything you do.
This sounds like a compliment. I would take this as a compliment.
As much as
living with you is so fun, it feels like a vacation.
I'm with you. It's funny. She took it. I guess you could take this as I'm not taking you seriously, but as negatively as she took it, I'm with you. I took it way more positive.
Every day is a fun day with you. Yeah.
I don't.
Wouldn't it be worse if he said, as so far living together has felt like a lot of work?
Right. Her
it felt like a colonoscopy.
She says, right. He told me during, she says, I would say it was not a vacation for myself, fun and challenging. What has been challenging?
Yeah.
Like I would, that's more like
not
what's
being taken seriously.
Right. I don't.
Is she doing the chores? She said we both do chores.
Right. Like what's the challenging?
I could see being annoyed if you lived with someone and you were cleaning the whole apartment and making them dinner, and they just like were there and they were like, wow, like I don't have to do anything now that I live with someone. This feels like a vacation.
A vacation could mean like I just love
so much
every day I get to hang with you.
We watch TV, we hang out, we get ice cream.
Right. I eat it quick and then I can, go home. I also like I don't have to like go to your place all the time. Like it's taking a lot of the travel time, the Uber expenses out of it. Like, this is great.
Yeah,
like,
I would never think he doesn't take me seriously. He lives with you.
Right. And if that is where your brain is going, if you can think of an example that he is just getting by, like, why, if he said vacation, you're like, well, it's because I do this every day and it fucking sucks for me. That's the moment to say it to him.
Yeah.
Like, let's have a communication right now.
Right. If she feels like she's doing more work now they live together, let's discuss it. Okay. But that line in itself, I would be complimented by that.
Right.
line.
I would too. Well,
if I said to you, Jared, Doing this podcast with you feels like a vacation.
Well,
Would you be like,
I guess
am I being
I'm doing
taken,
all the work
Am
here.
I being taken seriously as a podcast host? No.
This is a vacation for me. I love
agree.
coming in
It's
here and
great.
doing this show, and we love that you guys enjoy
Maybe
it.
V doesn't think it's a vacation.
Right.
She's
It's a chore for her.
It's a vacation for you guys.
That's right. We get to go on vacation twice a week. If you're listening this deep into the podcast, I'm sure you find this to be a vacation for you as well.
Tell a friend.
Thank you, and tell friends. So we mean it. We love it. We solved dating again.
We did it. Bye.
Boom.